why your funnel is not going to work in 2026. In this video, I'm going to explain you the entire guide for the next year. How do you prepare and actually make a good funnel that you actually get paid for, the origination of funnels, where they come from, and actual meaning of it. Because people talk about it a lot, people say that, but nobody kind of explains. So we're going to go deep dive into it. What does it actually mean? And also on top of that, how do you scale with it? We have done 50k a month with these funnels ourselves, stacking content with less than over 500 followers, and also on top of that, scaled our clients to 6 figures. And I worked with multi-seven-figure businesses as a sales operative, so I know what I'm talking about. Let's dive into it. Now, if you know a funnel, right, like the funnel is nothing but a basic like waterfall where your lead comes in and they become a customer. So there's a lead, there's opportunity, there's proposal, there's new customers. Okay. And this used to be, now this might sound crazy to you, used to be a mailbox, literally. Webinars back in the day, Dan Kennedy used to do it. And also on top of that, who else was like, I think Dan Kennedy was like the first one to ever start it. He would mail you for events, for webinars, which you see online right now. And this is like, people think funnels are new. They have been going on for such a long time, before even you and me were born. Okay, this is like 90s, 80s, like super late, by the way, even I think before that. But you see this, right? Like this used to be like the normal website, and people used to convert by this, by the way. Like this used to be like converting. People would just buy here, they wouldn't need a lot of stuff, you know, they have this hosting, boom, do it. Like now you see how complicated it is for someone to buy due to competition, just the market maturity, which I'm going to talk about. That is super important, by the way. If you don't understand that, you're cooked. Okay. Then you have like ClickFunnels. They revolutionized the game to do 200 million a year, I think. And you can kind of see it, right? Like this entire evolution is just getting better and better and better. And what do you do when your product is getting that better? So you see this, right? You have the opt-in page as well, where they talk about, and you can just literally one-shot this now. These websites, they don't mean anything. And I can guarantee you, as we move on to 2026 and years ahead, people are not going to have websites because they're inefficient. There's a lot of lost data in there, and the lead is not nurtured enough, and everybody knows what you're trying to do. Okay. So why is there a massive change happening in the funnels? Why are even basic things like websites are not going to work in the long term? Why is that? That's because of something called market maturity. Now, this is super key, and it's going to tie into every single decision that you're going to take for the rest of your entire life in this info marketing online game. See, when an audience is there, right, when they don't know anything about the product, you have to first of all have to understand the awareness levels. There are people who don't even understand they have a problem, so you make them problem aware, then you make them solution aware, then they buy. Okay, it's like the basic stuff. But this curve, this entire here, like, you know, like emerging, connected, multi-moments, this is just gonna go up. Like there's no stopping this. It's like a baby growing up. Like this is not going to stop. And you have to adapt to, like, basically, let's say it, right? If you want to trick a baby to give his candy to you, it's pretty easy, right? Hey, can you give me a candy? He'll give it to you. If it's a child that's like 10 or 11, it's going to be more harder. If it's like a 15-year-old, it's going to be even more harder. There needs to be incentives, needs to be free value. Can't see where I'm going with this. And then you have an adult, you have to make an entire explanations why you are the best, and the difficulty levels goes up as the age goes up, and same as within a market. People used to buy cheap Alibaba products and they used to be happy with it until Amazon came along, all these great brands came along. Not everybody has to do AI videos, super realistic, all that sort of stuff. That is market maturity, and it is going to go up. There's no way of stopping this. This is a continuous process. You can't stop it. Okay. So that's why people used to just convert via mail, or even having this, you know, this like little really annoying, weird, like, look at how old, 2008, this is so old. So this website, right? People used to convert through this. So what do you do now? Because markets are maturing, lifestyle marketing is dying now. This used to be the king like 4 years ago, where you'd be like, hey, day in the life, Jordan Welsh. No hate Jordan Welsh, she's a G. His mom's a G, by the way, GG as well. She's super cool. But besides that point, you have to see that, okay? Almost 1 million views on this video. Now, if somebody posted this, you are just like, what? Like, I don't really care. Why don't you care? Is it because the video is boring? Is it because no? Because market mature, plus on top of that, you have saturation coming along. There are 15 other guys that are doing the same thing with same quality, same every single stuff, and it's not new anymore. This was so fucking easy back in the day. You know, you make a course, a landing page, and people would buy. Like, it would be so much easier. Look at this Emon stuff. Like look at these thumbnails, guys. It's like 8 years ago. And you would get views on there. You would get like, I dropped out of high school, my story, blah, blah, blah. And you could sell through this. You could make millions. These guys are extremely wealthy now. Even like Jordan West, look at these old, like, you know, like in his car, like this side of like this slideshow type. Like this used to work back in the day because people weren't aware. People were like, oh, oh wait, I can just get information. And because they have an understanding of school and like how school works, they think the same way. Oh, if I have a teacher and I can learn mathematics from him, I can learn dropshipping as well. And people used to get results. People used to, because if nobody was doing it, that's why it works so well. Now what's happening? There's a double inflation principle happening where the market is getting more mature. Plus, on top of that, there are new people doing the same thing over and over again. Saturation is getting up. So you are now fighting with not only Jordan Welsh and these 5 people, but 5 new people are coming in trying to take the same position. That's why you have to learn this new method, which I'm going to tell you, and that's going to make you a lot of money and make our clients a lot of money. But before I do this, you have to kind of understand. So we started from the mail, then we started from websites, now it's going to be YouTube, and now I am predicting this. There's not going to be that much traffic like given to a website at all, because there's no need for it. Okay, so the market will short. It's like a baby. I told you again. You cannot just stop it. It is impossible to stop the market. Like, it is extremely. It's a process. You can't. Can you stop a baby from growing? No. It's not even like possible. So this is why when you have someone like Alex Hormozi who has almost 5 million followers, also on top of that running 400, almost 400 active ads. These are not inactive, active ads that he's running. Plus on top of that, he has a 4 million following on YouTube, is now selling this. You see the complexity. It was a simple YouTube video. People would buy a course. It's done, right? People will get a mail. They go on your website. They buy. Now a person has to do. They have to run ads. They have to build short form to get more awareness on people. They have to basically build, a TOF, if you guys know, top funnel content. Then they have to do MOF content and all this sort of stuff before someone actually buys, because they have so many options. The options increase, right? The options are like, hey, I have Alex Hormozi, I have this guy, I have this guy, I have this guy. So, okay, how does Alex compete? He has capital. He already has money, so he's going to spam you with ads. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying that this is not wrong. This is how just things work, right? Like when you have a baby, it doesn't have that many needs. The baby, as it grows older, it wants a car, it wants all this sort of stuff. Yeah, as a teenager, you want so much stuff, right? So that's the main key with it. So what people are not understanding is that how can you compete with someone that can run 400 ads actively a day? You can't do that if you're someone who's doing 50 to 100K a month. You can't do that if you haven't not been, building a YouTube channel with almost, how many videos does he have? 4.2K. I think some of them are shorts, but let's say 1,000 videos. How are you going to compete with that? How are you going to compete? Okay, so this is where the new funnel, the new sort of way of actually getting clients and acquisition comes in, which is super, super important. We don't have as much capital to acquire a customer. Our CAC is going to be way too high, and we don't have that many customers itself. So what do? Okay, now you can do the same thing. This is the crazy part. Yes, you right here. I like this meme so much, but you here. What you have to do is you have to learn to stack and be omnipresent. Now, what happens is that when you're posting a single content, you're competing with a lot of people. But as you become multi-channeled, as you think of more creative ways, as you're not competing on the same meta ads platform that the whole world is competing on, you can stand out in the market. This is so dumb. Why do you guys run ads? Ask yourself this question. Why are you running ads? Is your product even that good enough to run ads? What you do first is you get traffic via organic, or you literally just cold call, email people. Then you run ads when you know your product is that good and people won't have an issue. The reason why you see all these influencer businesses, all these like Prime or software businesses or all this stuff go to hell, because they are not product market fit. They do not fit in. It's just shoved down people's throat. Now, audience is important, hype is important, but what is more important is your product. The reason why I've been able to sustain myself is, first of all, we have a referral system. Second of all, which is super important, is that we have creative ways of getting customers. So what do? Now, I cannot sit there, right, and just like spam videos all day, try to get followers like do everybody else. So what I do is pretty simple. Okay, I'm going to use IG Stories as a platform. I'm going to use Discord for client acquisition. Most of you guys don't know how OP this is. This is some secret sauce that I'm giving you. You can even use this as well. I will do something that nobody can. I'll do a podcast. You see how creative I'm getting into like generate attention in a short amount of time with creative that nobody else can kind of replicate. Okay, you're gonna have a podcast with Andres who does 300K a month with sales, and you're gonna have a really good conversation. How are you gonna copy it? Now, of course, you could have a podcast with him, but are you gonna ask the same questions? Are you gonna present the same way? Are you gonna edit it the same way? Probably not. And if you do, you're gonna be a copycat. So how do you compete? You have to be extremely creative, and you have to think from a understanding of that I need to stack content. I need to stack platforms if I have to. Look at Snapchat. Like, maybe I'm giving too much, but like, look at Snapchat. Snapchat is also great. Like, I'm not saying like, see, the reason why I'm not giving you an in-depth guide on it, because I'm figuring this stuff out as well. But there are ways to do it that is really, really untapped and unique to yourself. Okay, so what do? All this traffic that comes in goes into your YouTube. You go in there and then you just buy. Like where's the website? I don't have a website because I don't need one. Like, that stuff is gone. You guys are living in the past. That's the most like insane stuff that I see now people do, is that they're still running websites, they're still paying for a logo, all that sort of crap. Like, you don't need it anymore, because this is what you're competing against. Look at these views. Like, look at this stuff. Guy has a private jet, then he has a company, then he has 100 million offers, then he's launched. Okay, Alex also launches books. He also does webinars, also live events. He also has workshops. He has so much stuff stacked against you that you can't really beat him. Now, what you can do is work in creative ways. I'm not saying to beat Alex Hormozi. What I'm saying is that he has the money. He is making the most money. So whatever he makes, you will only get a proportion of that. But if you can find a way where there is no Alex Hormozi, you can make all the money. That's where the main money is. That's where the entire industry has gone badly, in my opinion. They all try to copy and do the same thing. Like, yeah, you can use Untapped methods. Yeah, you can copy stuff. Yeah, you can do what's working, but like, you're not going to make that much money. Your income is capped. Your income will be capped. Now, when I teach people something, I've done that already. So, like, but what I do is that I ask them, like, what can you do more? What can you do differently? My entire goal with our business, what we do, is not just make you another client, it's to make you an actual business owner, give you the thought, the skills, the entire understanding of business on a deeper level, and not just give you a funnel. Hey, bro, just do VSL opt-in and then do a webinar. Do like, do you see these kids online doing all that stuff? I'm 18, by the way, but you see these kids online doing all that stuff. They don't really understand why they're doing it. They don't have a fundamental first principle understanding of why they're actually running a webinar, why they're actually having a VSL page, what psychological factors do they have, and that's why they lose. That's why they're not able to scale. And then once that model dies, they're like, oh, what do I do? Oh yeah, AI hype agencies. These people are not running a business. They're making a fool of themselves. I'm not saying I'm any better than anybody. I'm not saying that, those people are not making money. They are making money, but you have to understand why is it happening. If you can understand the why, you can figure out the how. Okay? This is how you do it. You have to start content. You have to think of different acquisition sources. See different platforms you can use. Maybe you're good on Facebook. Maybe you might be good on TikTok. Use places where most people are not. Stack your content, IG, YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook, all this sort of stuff, to like get people in through different stuff so that they can finally go down to your main converting mechanism here and then book, and you get rich. That's it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.